What are museums there for? What purpose do they have?
Yeah, what purpose do they have? The funny thing about them is that one of their biggest purposes, but one which we would have the biggest questions about, is their storehouses. So, you know, they had a public education purpose, I suppose, back in the old days, but also from the studies that I've done in relationship to making collections like this collection of string figures, you know, why make it, why keep it? And the idea behind that is that it becomes a storehouse of knowledge, of world knowledge, but so that you don't know what questions you might have for this. Indeed, string figures, what might they offer in the 21st, 25th century? What could they, you know, hold? But therefore, they are now there and kept in store for the unknown questions of the future. However, storage is one of the biggest problems for museums. And when it comes to stone artifacts, for example, that's pretty much all they do is store them. So they have a complete surfeit of stone artifacts in pretty much all of the museums in Australia. And also the question is why, you know, after a certain point, why collect them? So we have to be selective and purposeful, I think, in what we collect. And indeed, the question comes now, do museums still have that purpose? Because they've shifted in recent years to being about collections. And there's this kind of phrase which goes a bit like, you know, museums used to be about the objects that they held, and now they're about the people that they attract. And so it's more a focus on people and information and relating, you know, the collections to the people rather than tending to these collections. And so is collecting itself part of the contemporary function of a museum? It's certainly something that they still do, and particularly around major events, but it becomes, for me, thinking about it and visiting all of these small museums, there's something awful also about old things.